Terran versus Terran, as it is maybe the highlight game of the day. It's time for Ryung versus ByuN. To the bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're cheering on the one and only Ryung. 2-0, 4-0 so far today. This is going to be the final series we see from him. Can he go out with a bang? Can he win this and confirm himself as finishing first place in this group? To the upper left hand side, our red Terran player. Let's hear it, guys, if you're cheering on the god, the GSL champion. It is ByuN. B Forever hitting us up with the 5-month resub in the chat. Can we get some love in there, please? Let's see those SCTI hearts. Let's get them a-rolling. I replied to your email, mate. Thank you very much. I'm sure you've probably seen it already, but yeah, thank you for the resub. Do appreciate it. As always. And my emails haven't updated since 10:30 this morning. Isn't that seems problematic? You would think that that's probably going to be an issue. Why are my emails broke? Oh, I've had so many issues with my emails on my phone the last few days. I just don't understand what's going on. What is this? What are these problems we're experiencing? Why can't you just work? Why can't you just tell me if I've got emails or not? Instead of being like, I don't want to update. Oh, God. ByuN is going to open with the 2 Racks Reaper here as we head into this TvT on Frozen Temple. He's going to be going up against a Reaper Hellion opening out of Ryung. So we'll see what ByuN is going to be able to get done with this. We'll see how these early Reaper-based trades are going to be heading in the early stages of the game. Just setting up into this thing, guys. It'll be a little while we get this ready to go. There's my emails coming in. There they are. Oh, I was thinking, man, like, where could they possibly be? How can my emails just hide from me? Insane. Anyways, first Reaper trade comes down. It's going to be Ryung who wins it with a grenade shot as well. He is actually going to... Oh, ByuN! Oh, no way. So Nelly juking Ryung out of that there. But he does go down. It was a nice little idea, because the thing is, if he jumps up here then back down, if Ryung jumps up and goes a little bit too far this way, that might be all ByuN needs to get that Reaper away. But loses his first Reaper, he'll have to sit defensively now to the upper left-hand side of the map, whereas we're going to be seeing Ryung. He'll be able to push across a bit more aggressively here with his second Reaper now. Here's Hellion going to be added in just a few moments as well. And across the map we go. Ryung is going to be setting on up and looking to see what's happening, and looking to see what's going to be going on. Alright, so here we go. And we've seen these couple of Reapers and the Hellion just moving forwards. Reaper getting pushed back. And you see a few Reapers just up the ramp and just going to be sitting on the just pushed up into the main base and just sitting on this ramp here right now. So, just going to sit over here. Proxy Starport actually came in from Ryung. Sorry, I didn't actually see this. But he's going to proxy that Liberator, which is interesting because there isn't any anti-air from ByuN just yet. We'll see if he makes a Viking out of that Starport. If he doesn't, he might be in some trouble. I think he will, though, because even without a proxied Liberator, he should be expecting a Liberator or something in the very near future, and he'll know that he needs some sort of anti-air. There is the Viking on the way up, so he is going to invest into the Viking here. As his own Reaper Hellion now sort of moving across the map, so he's going to have more Reapers, less Hellions. More grenades available. It's a dangerous little composition. We'll see if he can get much done with it. He's poking around the natural right now. Tech Lab immediately comes down from Ryung off of that Starport as soon as it finishes up the Liberator production. You've seen a few units just sat up on the high ground here, and here we go. Liberator goes into the main base. We are going to be seeing an SCV going down. Viking going to come in. They're going to continue to work its way against this Liberator. So Liberator is going to be taking a little bit more damage again, and will be falling here in just a few moments. So Liberator is going to go down. I'm just going to be seeing a few Reapers, a couple of Hellions joining up together. Viking actually going to land here towards the top left-hand side, and you're just going to be seeing that natural command center starting to come on up. Cloak Banshees are on the way here now, out of Ryung. So the first Liberator doesn't do too much, but maybe the Cloak Banshees will. Cyclone from ByuN will help to defend, as he does have the low ground expansion already finishing, compared to his opponents, which is in the main base, which will just be a little bit longer to get rolling here. Very similar economies from both players at the moment. There's the first Banshee. I like that out of Ryung. Look at how safe he's going to be as we get over here. Boom, boom, boom. Just going to hide this Banshee towards the top right-hand side until he has that cloak ready to go. Raven is on the way up, as we see actually a lot of Reaper Hellion going to come into the natural. And actually, this is a fight right now, which ByuN is not really winning. So he's going to be under heavy fire here. However, he very quickly turns it around. It always amazes me how ByuN turns these engages around, which just look as though they have no hope. Doesn't lose an SCV during this either, which is maybe even more impressive as we see the Raven about to pop from ByuN. This Cloak Banshee only has a very limited amount of time to really get damage done here. I mean, he will see the Raven is on the way out as the Cyclone Viking will lock on. And ByuN will clean this up. Only 3 kills from the first Banshee. This Cloak Banshee investment so far is not really paying off for Ryung. And so ByuN is going to keep this as a very even game. Still a little bit behind in army supply, but is the first player to start up Stimpak. As he actually comes in with a couple of Reapers now. Doesn't quite get a kill though. Might try and just die for that one SCV. Doesn't get it. Reapers go down. Good defense by Ryung. Second Banshee actually comes in and gets quite a little bit more damage done here. 7 workers killed in total. I think that was including the first Banshee though. So 4 more workers. I mean, overall you can just sort of look to the bottom of your screens and you can see 32 to 33 workers, 19 to 20 army, 1500 to 1800 resources lost. So it's a very similar game from both players. Neither of them really in an advantage over the other. Just little bits and pieces again. For example, ByuN has Stimpak already halfway done, but Ryung already started his +1 attack upgrade. So again, I mean, here and there, there's advantages for either side. You're going to see a Banshee, 2 Cyclones, and a few Marines going to be joining up together and going to continue moving on up towards this upper left-hand side. A couple of Cyclones going to lock on. We are going to be seeing those Marines going down towards the front here. Marines and tank going to turn and fight, and they are, again, just trying to see what's up. These SCVs will start to pull on in. Cyclone actually in the back from ByuN will come in, lock on to clean up. 4 workers going down, auto turrets coming down too to help kill off the Banshee in time. And ByuN is once again going to fail an attack here, where ByuN is just going to defend and look good. And 4 Marines and tank now load up. ByuN will head across the map and try and get some more damage done here. So across the map we go. This medevac with a tank and 4 Marines inside of it. Going to be having a look to see what exactly he's going to be able to get up to. Down the right hand side of the map we will see a Cyclone, a Viking and a Raven moving on down. I'm looking to see what's up and what's going on. So set of units over here. Gonna see the Cyclone actually locking on. The Viking Cyclone gonna be working their way through this starport. So I mean that's nice actually. That forces Ryung into building a new starport at home rather than just getting this one, you know, just being able to kind of land this one. So it's gonna cost him a little bit more. Might not be that bad anyway, because a built starport will come in faster than this one. Few SCVs going down here from ByuN. Banshee in the main base is getting damage done again. Turret though is going to be a big thing about killing that off. So a bit of a mistake there. I mean, Raven and Viking were out of position, so I admit a bit more potential. But mistakes by Ryung. He does take a bit for work lead off of this as this Banshee does get decent damage done here. Combat shields on the way up now from ByuN. His +1 attack is about halfway done as his opponent's finishes. So again, different advantages for different players at the moment. Starport going to lift up and going to be landing onto a reactor here just to the side, and probably see a few more racks coming down in the very near future as tanks do set up. A few Marines edge forwards, and you'll just be seeing tanks just from ByuN trying to be aggressive. I wonder if he auto turrets up and really tries to push into this. Probably not with only 1 medevac, I think. Though maybe if he gets combat shields and the opponent doesn't have it. Here we go. He's going to auto turret up. He's going to go up the ramp. Here we go. ByuN. He doesn't care about tanks. But maybe he should, because he gets absolutely destroyed trying to tag into this. Ryung is going to clean up very easily. Wow, ByuN is going to make a big mistake here. Because he just loses so much and doesn't really gain anything for any of this, you know? There's one tank here needs to be saved, doesn't get saved. A little bit of a mistake from Ryung, a little bit of a micro wall continuing between the players. ByuN will unsiege and head back home. His 3rd CC halfway done at home. Ryung is already finishing up. In fact, the more I look at this, the more Ryung is starting to take advantages around the map. His +1 armor will be done faster. He's got a 3rd CC done faster. He's got a worker lead, guys. He has got everything starting to go his way. He has got so much starting to go his way. He really does. And we've seen another medevac coming in, just going to be sitting overhead. And he's a few Marines joining up as well. And actually, this might be time for Ryung to go across the map and be aggressive himself. Some SCVs repairing up medevacs, and then maybe he will go across the map. May not want to go up through the center, but maybe around the right-hand side or so. Just sort of take it in a direction where you can come up this right-hand side ramp and just come up this right-hand side ramp and just try and engage from this angle rather than a position which ByuN is already waiting and expecting his opponent to come in from. ByuN's map control is actually pretty poor. I was going to say, he doesn't have anything on the right-hand side just yet, but he's already fixing that, so he's obviously realizing this sort of the same issue. So going to be moving over to this right-hand side here, this one Marine. We see a Marine also out of Ryung, just sat there. That'll be a little bit of a trade, and it will be Ryung to win out because he has the armor upgrade. There's the difference of +1 armor and no +1 armor. You can see the difference. It's actually pretty huge. As we'll see now. A couple Marines again from Ryung, actually just going to win this fight in the center, so denying the map control of ByuN time and time again. Oh, look, this is so smart from Ryung. He knows ByuN's going to send a couple Marines down to actually clean up this Marine. So he sends his own 2 Marines up here instead. Oh, and Ryung will still deny the map control of ByuN. It's little things like this that are really putting Ryung into advantages right now. He's very safe. He can move around the map safely without his opponent having any idea of where he is. Look at this. ByuN has no idea where his opponent's going to attack from. And so Ryung, when he attacks, is going to have the jump start on his opponent. Still leading the charge, just 3 Marines. And those 3 Marines just going to be finding again if you use over there. Stim will come down this time. And those Marines are going to be able to kind of keep on moving, but he misses the army. Ryung has already come up this side, up the left-hand side. We see actually the tank effects going through the center. These Marines will have to kind of pull away. But here we go. Now Ryung sets up into a very good position. ByuN instantly GG's. Doesn't even bother trying to fight it. And really, like we saw in the last map too. Let's see what happens right now as we jump into game number 2 of this best of 3. Leading the series is going to be our red Terran player. It's going to be Ryung. And really just the important little things by just kind of having the map control, by just looking on the map and saying, okay, well, I see you're trying to take map control. I'm going to preemptively stop you from doing that. And that is what allowed Ryung to get into that position to the top side. He was already in an advantage. But in TvT, if you're in an advantage, it can be hard to punish that advantage and take a victory from it. And he really set up nicely to be able to just defend, to make, he's put himself into that position. It was very well executed. Denying map control on the right and the center to the left, and then he just got into position in the natural of his opponent through the left side of the map. Very, very powerful play from him here in game number 1. Let's see what he does and brings us in game number 2. His opponent to the top left-hand side, can he pull the comeback in this series? It is our blue Terran player, ByuN. I mean, if there's anyone who can come back from a 1-0 deficit, I'm sure it will be someone like ByuN. And look at this, he's going to, 1-0 down, doesn't care. He's going to push the aggression forwards, and he's going to look to see what he can do. 2 racks on the way up at the moment. So we're going to be seeing the Reaper starting on up here. And that second Rax is going to be finishing up very shortly as well. So 2 Rax Reaper proxied is the play from ByuN. And obviously the idea of this is if he doesn't get damage done early, then he really will be in a lot of trouble here. So let's see what happens as we're going to be seeing the factory starting up for ByuN. It is a gas first. Pulls out a gas though, so it looks as though he wants to just go Reaper Hellion with an expansion behind it. Again, this is a build we've been seeing more and more of in the past month or so in the Terran versus Terran. And it's become a very interesting build to sort of see develop as well. And it's been had a wave kind of a week or 2 ago where it's super popular, and I think ByuN used it in like every TvT he played that week. But now it's still viable, it's still popular. It's just we're not seeing it every single time. As the first Reaper from Ryung will move out, he's going to be intercepted here by a Reaper of his opponent, and ByuN going to leap on that opportunity. 2 SCVs will join the first Reaper moving forwards right now, and here we go. ByuN going to go straight up this ramp and see what he can get done. Hellion already on the way. This Reaper of Ryung currently being obviously kind of zoned out away from his own base. He just has to wait a little bit here. SCVs pull in as they have to. And we'll see ByuN instantly turn around. He's going to fight this Reaper. He's going to try and hunt that down. He's getting very low. SCVs come in. They will by the time he needs. And we're going to see another Reaper popping out. Taking damage though. Grenades are good as well. 5 workers already killed. Hellion pops out too. And now this is a bit of a better fight for Ryung to take. But the worker count has already been evened up here. Nice grenades as ByuN will just kite backwards. He goes back in. He's going to try and fight this. Reaper goes down. Hellion will go down too. And this is the sort of momentum which will just force a GG. ByuN takes game 2, and just like that, he's tied on up in this with our red Terran player. We keep spawning on this guy to begin with, so let's do it once more. Let's introduce him first. The red Terran player, it is of course Ryung. His opponent to the upper right is going to be the blue Terran player, the GSL champion ByuN. Does of course play the cross finals this coming Sunday. Make sure you watch those. That's something that's definitely worth tuning in for. I'm 100% certain of that. I'm not sure what time it actually starts, but I mean, I'm sure if you are a StarCraft fan, you'll know where to find that sort of information from. WardiTV says Schwick2222 in the chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words. Not sure what I'm OP at, but thank you. There's Ryung. well, he's going to kick things off, and he's just going to do what ByuN did to him. And let's see if Ryung is going to be able to 2-rack Reaper his way to victory now in game number 3. As this series really has started to take a turn for the... really has started to just become a little bit faster here, a little bit more quickly paced. These 2 racks going to be finishing shortly then. And, well, what's ByuN going to do? He is on double gas himself, so it will be a factory. Let's see if he pulls out as he goes Reaper Factory here in the early stages to go expansion like what Ryung was sort of setting up to do. Or whether he's going to stay on the gas and go for the starport, which is actually a very good way to fight against this Reaper play, because if you can survive to get a starport up, all of a sudden what you find yourself doing is you get yourself in a position with a Liberator, goes across the map, there's no anti-air for your opponent, and that just ends the game almost instantly. So let's see what happens here. And these 2 gases just up and getting set to go. He's actually pulled out with 1 worker in each gas, so now he's only got 2 workers in each. Interesting to see how it continues. 1 Reaper out, 2nd Reaper on the way. Factory continuing to build. He should have the gas for a starport here, but it will just be like a starport with like a medevac or something, or I guess maybe a Liberator still. I guess it might be a Liberator. I mean, by the time the starport builds, I guess, yeah, it makes sense. Anyways, first SCV is going to be going down. However, Ryung is going to start cornering his opponent's Reaper. He's going to actually get a good couple shots onto it. First Reaper goes down of ByuN. Oh no, already in a lot of trouble here is ByuN. Losing his first Reaper, never a good start, as these 2 Reapers now will have the time of their lives. They're already picking off SCVs, and oh no, 3 Reapers against 1. Bunker will come up on the high ground. I mean, Hellions about to pop, but how do you fight this? A Reaper down, 2 Reapers down. Hellion just takes a lot of damage initially. Nice grenade as well to push forwards. Another grenade too, just pushing forwards again. He's going to be pushed away for now. He's going to come back in, re-engage here as he gets some healthier Reapers to come forwards with. Pops up, hits a grenade though. As you're going to see now, another Reaper and a Hellion about to come out here. So Ryung is going to be allowing ByuN to get into a bit of a larger army, which definitely helps him to defend this, of course. Grenade placement is going to be so important now, as we're going to see. That's nice grenades there. That's going to blast a lot of ByuNs out of position. As he tries to get rid of a Hellion. Oh, it's low, but it doesn't quite go down. Another grenade and another one too. He does get the Hellion kill now, finally, but too much lost, I think. ByuN is holding on. And again, he's got more Reapers, more Hellions on the way. He doesn't have the starport. Oh, he does have the starport. It's down to the bottom side of the map. So he's got a proxied starport. Alright, well, as soon as ByuN finds himself the gas he needs, then I'm sure that'll be a Liberator, and that could just end up being the end of the game. Although Factory is on the way up from Ryung, so it won't be an instant end of the game. There should be a Cyclone out to defend this. Few Reapers going to sit in the natural expansion for now. It's always a hectic few moments. You can just see the difference. I mean, just keeping 1 or 2 extra units alive is the difference between holding this and not holding it. That's the only difference there's been between this game and the last game, with each player kind of defending this. As we see, he is coming down the ramp, and here we go, Reaper Hellion coming in. Really good damage. I mean, you can just see the Reaper count is dropping so quickly from Ryung, and he's just going to lose more of them as the Hellions continue to push forwards there. Doesn't actually end up committing forwards, he actually backs away. But the Reapers have to back away themselves. Tech Lab is coming in on that factory. You actually see the Liberator is already now finished from ByuN before the Cyclones even started. This is going to be so much loss of mining time for Ryung, and he's then going to be in a tough position here. Liberator sieges up, and again, there's so long here where there's just not going to be any anti-air. At the same time, Reapers and Hellions picking up kills in the center of the map still. Ryung knows it, it's GG, and ByuN will take his first series victory of the day. Ryung will finish his series with